So Rhodes, Daisy Ridley was on with NBC. And we all know that allegedly, I'm saying allegedly, that she's actually going to be in a Star Wars Rey movie. Do you think it's going to happen?
Well, I'll believe any new movie gets made when I see it actually released in the theater.
Yeah, the reason...
How many movies have been scheduled and they've gotten canceled by way of...
Seems like about 7 of them.
Let's see. Benioff and Weiss was supposed to be a trilogy. Ryan
Canceled.
Johnson was supposed to be a trilogy. That's 6 right there. Boba Fett movie, canceled. That's 7.
Obi-Wan was supposed to be a movie.
Yeah, that's 8. Taika Waititi, what's going on with that?
And I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, well,
that's not going to happen.
Another one.
Patty Jenkins. They actually had like a mini
we had a logo.
Not really a trailer.
A trailer.
Yeah. Rogue Squadron canceled.
Yeah.
But apparently now, you know what? This movie right here is right up Disney's woke alley. Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, who has no experience. She's a documentary filmmaker and a woke activist. And Daisy Ridley coming out, saying, hey, the story sounds good and all that. But then Charmin Obaid-Chinoy starts attacking men. And the mainstream media has this lie that Star Wars fans don't like women in Star Wars. What the hell was Princess Leia and Padme?
Princess Leia? Yeah.
Padme.
Very, very
Ahsoka.
Confusing. Well, they've called us racist, too, even though Mace Windu's one of the most beloved characters of all time.
Yeah, Mace Windu's
Lando Calrissian, one of the most beloved characters of all time.
Yeah. And then they say, we Star Wars fans don't like women directing Star Wars content. Didn't Deborah Chow direct some good episodes of Mandalorian? So did Bryce Dallas Howard. Nobody was complaining about them. But you notice how the sexist narrative stops when everybody was slamming Rian Johnson, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everybody got quiet quick.
Yeah, got quiet quick. But check this out. Daisy Ridley on with NBC News Propaganda Network. She actually says sexism from Star Wars fans is blown out of proportion. She is defending Star Wars fans. Let's go ahead and listen into some of this.
A very worthwhile story, and I think Charmin's going to do an amazing job.
That's so Speaking of Charmin, I just have to ask, because there are some of the, I'd say, extreme Star Wars fans who have made this a conversation on the internet about how they don't want a female director, which seems bizarre because episodes of The Mandalorian were directed by females. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy has been overseeing all of this. So, what is your take on that?
I think my take is things get blown out of proportion, and the interactions I've ever had with people have been nothing but wonderful and supportive. And honestly, the day we announced that I was coming back at Celebration last year, you cannot imagine the joy and goodwill in that room. So I've only ever been embraced, and I think we're going to make a great film and people will love it.
So you heard that right there, Rhodes.
Yeah.
You heard that right there.
Well, it's the same narrative as, well, people were racist because Rose Tico was Asian. No, people didn't care for Rose Tico's character because it was a poorly written character.
Right. Nobody was attacking Kelly Marie Tran. Just like nobody was. I haven't heard anybody actually slam Daisy Ridley for playing Rey. Rey's a bad character, but I haven't heard anybody directly attack Daisy Ridley.
I've never heard of any actual personal attacks against any of these actors.
No.
Now, look, we went after some of the directors and the writers because they've written and directed bad stories, and they let it go.
And Lucasfilm blatantly goes out there and attacks the fans if they don't like something, like what they did with Reva. They had that all planned out. I believe that was a hoax. They had that planned out because they had a video ready and all that stuff, calling the fans racist.
They knew. Yeah. If this story is poorly received, we've got a way out of this, and it's low-hanging fruit of sexism or racism or whatever ism you want to try to apply to it. And I don't know. It's wild. Now, we talk about the actors. I will say this. I have recently began getting pretty critical of Mark Hamill. And because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, Mark Hamill, you could have refused to have played Luke Skywalker in the manner that you decided to play.
If it was me, Rhodes, I'm going to be honest with you. If it was me and they gave me the script for The Force Awakens, I'd be like, this is bullshit, man. I'm not doing this. And I would have said, I'm not even in the movie.
Yeah.
They didn't even tell him that. He said he showed up to the read. He was like, where the hell am I? You're not in the movie, man.
He ended up reading the whole thing because he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Remember? He was the one that read it.
Yeah. Mark Hamill, he's a woke lunatic, but it's clear that dude hates the sequel trilogy.
Oh, he hates it. But at the end of the day, he could have vetoed that. He could have been like, I'm not portraying this character as somebody that just gave up.
He did it because George asked him to come back, just like Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. But then George got caught off guard when but you got to remember, he was brought to a meeting too. And he was like, what the hell is this? This isn't my story.
Right.
They never told him. They disrespected him. Yeah.
This, once again, false narratives from the media. The media doesn't actually pay attention. I mean, and these nitwits are on Twitter too, Right. They've gone after Star Wars theory lately, and I mean, it's just
that's ridiculous the way they went after Star Wars theory.
It's devolved into something that it's one reason I don't do Star Wars videos anymore, because it's just like, man, it's just nonsense. The fans cannot have gotten any louder over the fact that they keep making terrible stories.
Yes.
Writing terrible stories and putting them out to the screen.
Horrible
and they're
characters.
ignoring everybody.
Terrible characters. Me and my wife were actually talking yesterday, and she said she likes Ahsoka and she likes Sabine in the animated series. I hated Sabine in the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, I didn't even finish it.
You don't want to finish it, man.
I made 2 episodes and I didn't even finish it.
I mean, they gave Sabine the Force, and all of a sudden, man, it was like a switch just got turned on, just like Rey. That's exactly what happened. She couldn't use the Force, and all of a sudden, she goes God mode with the Force, man.
I didn't realize that. So she went full on, I'm a Jedi like Rey, with no training.
Well, apparently,
no real training.
No. Apparently, she was training with Ahsoka, but she has like no Force ability whatsoever, like none. She can't do anything.
So she's not one with the Force.
She's not Force sensitive. But then all of a sudden, in a stressful situation, it clicks, and now she can use the Force to get the lightsaber. She kills I think it's a droid or something like that, and she's able to Force push Ezra. I mean, like to a high place, like on another ship. It was ridiculous. It looked dumb. I was like, what? Dave Filoni, man, I understand the Force is an energy field that binds everything together. But they have really, really devalued the Force in Star Wars, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, so let me get this straight. Luke Skywalker used the Force so hard that he actually killed himself.
The dumbest thing ever.
The worst ending to one of the greatest characters in movie history. And so Sabine got stressed out and forced herself into the Force. Man, that's writing that you just can't.
Right.
God, who's writing this stuff?
And not only that, remember, she got stabbed in the stomach, Qui-Gon Jinn style. Oh, she's fine next episode.
Dave, yeah, that's right.
They did.
True.
A lot of people were pissed off about that.
Dave Filoni. You know what? He's a sham. He turned out to be a con artist too.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Con artist.
Yeah. You're right about it.